I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Peace and safety to the hopefully elect, all the Akim, the sincere Akim scattered across the four corners, pushing the Heavenly Father's word in sincerity and in truth. For those who don't know, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. This is another edition of Drop the Mic, and the first scripture I want to get is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. Going into those tables, and show you that is referring to money, the Lord's bank. And it reads, "Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils." And that's basically what you have going on in Israel. Guys making the Lord's word with the so-called white man, the Edomite articles. Okay? And it reads, "Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table." And that table is referring to the bank, man, to the Lord's bank. The table or stand of money changers, where he sits, exchanges different kinds of money for a fee, a paying back with interest, loan, and deposits. Alright, so during the time of in the ancient times, this table was referred to as the bank, man. That was the bank. That's where you did all the money transactions at the table. So it reads, "And of the table of devils," alright, meaning the mark of the beast. Alright, those tables, like I said, like we read in the definition, is referring to the bank. Alright, so the tables of devils is another way of saying mark of the beast, man. Alright, the money of the devil, which is what back then was the Roman Empire, which it still is the Roman Empire. The so-called white man, alright, the beast. So let's get another precept. Matthew 6 and 24. "And no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other." And John chapter 4, verse 23, it reads, "If ye love me, ye will keep my words." And due to this mark of the beast, this table of devils, starting with the Christians, alright, the Baptists, and all these wicked philosophies, these wicked religions, alright, even down to the circumcision, man. You got guys within the circumcision that's not keeping the Lord's words, such as the RFID microchip being the mark of the beast. You even have this guy, Elder Gabar, which is a private interpretation. He used the oil, which is the what you use to what you would call an earring piercer, an ear piercer, and said that that's referring to the instrument that they use to insert the mark of the beast literally under your flesh, or literally in your forehead, which is madness. It's not biblical. And remember, if it's not in the Bible, it's not of the Lord. And the RFID microchip is not in the Bible. Therefore, it's not of the Lord. So it says, "Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other." And these people, the majority of Israel, despise the truth, man. Okay? You cannot serve the power and mammon. And when you look up this mammon, as you can see here, it says treasures, riches, where it is personified and opposed to God. And this mark of the beast You have the majority of our people selling their soul for money. You see it every day. So the next precept I'm going to get is Matthew 12 and 21. Salakia, 21 and 12. And this is Matthew chapter 21 and verse 12. And it reads, and Yahushua went into the temple of the power. And we know the temple is referring to the people. And it reads, and cast out all of them that sold and bought in the temple. And that's what you have going on amongst the circumcision today. Alright, these guys such as Sakari, they buying and selling in the temple, man. Alright. You have guys like IUIC, Nathaniel 7. He's buying and selling in the temple. ISUPK, which they say if it's not, but the ISUPK is not of the truth. But if it's not in the Bible, it's not of the Lord. So reading on, it says, and overthrew the tables of the money changers. Alright? Meaning overthrew the bank. Alright? As you can see here, it says the table or stand of a money changer. Alright? So it would be considered a bank. Let's see here. Down in the Strong's definition, as you can see on your screen, it says a bank, a broker's office, loans at interest, also a counter for money. Alright? So it says overthrew the tables of the money changers. Now this is the Lord, alright? And the seats of them that sold doves. And that's what the Lord is going to come back to do in his second coming, man. To all these guys that's buying and selling in the Lord's temple. Which the temple is the people, alright? Ye are the temple of the Lord. Verse 13, and said unto them, it is written. And that's the main point. We have to stick to what's written. And the RFID microchip doctrine is Esau articles and it's not written. Like I said, Elder Gabar, the elder at GMS, brought out the Ul, which is a private interpretation. It's not in the Bible, so therefore it's not of the Lord. And what he said was that this Ul, which is a earring piercer, alright, resembled the tool, the instrument that's used to insert microchips in people's hands. So therefore, that proves the RFID microchip doctrine, alright, which is complete madness, alright, complete madness, alright, it's not biblical, alright, it's not biblical. What it is a couple of the devils. And he goes on to say in his video, alright, that that signifies ownership. Alright, you're telling the Lord that the so-called white man, the Edomites, because you received this mark of the beast, which they claim is the RFID microchip. And you received the mark of the beast, Salaki, the RFID microchip under your flesh. Now the scriptures never says that anything is going to be inserted under your flesh. That's a private interpretation that was brought in by the will of men, such as Elder Tahar, the elder at Great Millstone. Okay, but your birth certificate signifies your ownership. All right, your the so-called white man owning you, man. All right. The Lord gave us into the hand of this devil, man. All right. This devil own you until the Lord come back and deliver you, man. If you one of those hopefully elect, man. All right. So this the elder Great Millstone, like I said, he did a video going into the word "ooh," which is basically an earring piercer, an ear piercer. All right. In the ancient times, they called it a "ooh," and said that this "ooh" resembles the instrument that you see used to insert the mark of the beast under your flesh. All right. And if it's not of the Bible, it's not of the Lord. All right. And that's the cup of devils. That's an example. All right. Of mixing the cup of the Lord with the cup of devils, man. Diluting and perverting the word of the Lord and causing Israel to go off, man. And these guys are going to pay a serious penalty. All right. For their actions, man. Reading on. It says, and said unto them, it is written, my house shall be called the house of prayer. And the Lord's house is referring to the elect, those who walk according to the rule, the Israel of God. All right? Those who are referred to in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 31, who the Lord is going to send his angels back to deliver. All right? Those that referred to in Jeremiah 5 and 1. Those who are seeking the truth, that's who the Lord will pardon. That's considered the house. All right, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 22 tells you that they're building a spiritual house. And that's not referring to all Israel, man. All right, only the elect. But ye have made it a den of thieves. All right, he turned the Lord's house into a house of merchandise, man. Talking to those guys, those cult leaders. All right, that's pushing false doctrine for one. All right, and secondly, buying and selling in the temple. All right, and going back into that RFID microchip, mark of the beast. One of the main reasons that's being pushed. That's how they deceive you into receiving it. All right, having you thinking it's a chip when all along it's the money. You even have guys such as Anab at Good Samaritans who admitted that the mark is referring to money, printed money that we use today. All right, but at the same time, you want to use what ifs. Cashless society come, then what? But you can't use what ifs when dealing with the Lord's word. Precept must be upon precept. All right, remember, if it's not in the Bible, it's not of the Lord. All right, and what if cashless society, just because you hear that on Esau propaganda, what he used in the news, and you also have these guys asking questions about Aaron Russo, about the Illuminati and the elite. Aaron Russo making those claims that the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, are going to want to insert every human with a microchip. Man, that's doctrines of devils, man. All right, that is not the gospel. That's basically adding to the Lord's word, man. All right, that's that cup of devils, man. All right, that's what that is. All right, it's not scriptural. All right, the men of the Lord is here to speak the Lord words. All right, not debate about what some devil said he is or ain't going to do, man. All right, we basing our salvation on what's written. All right, so let's get the next scripture in the book of Revelation, which is the point. Revelation 9 and 20, and show you that when it refers to you receiving a mark in your hand, it's not referring to an old, all right, a sharp, piercing instrument, all right, which Elder Gabar got cut. All right, I did a video on the word Chiraq, all right, which he first claimed to be the tool used to insert the mark of the beast, but shortly after I did a response video, all right, he changed it to the Ur, and all these zombies, all right, these spiritually dead zombies that follow these cult leaders, all right, they ate it up. All right, they negated all the facts, all the precepts. All right, and they basically listen to what this wicked elder told them. All right, using witchcraft and sorcery, claiming that the upstarts, we're all the new camps, the brothers that's bringing out this truth, that's defending the Lord's gospel, is upstarts, and we supposed to not get on them and call them out about the false doctrines they pushing. But the Lord himself got on wicked Pharisees about the false doctrines they was pushing, and the Lord would be considered an upstart to them. But yet and still, this guy used the example, the elder, great millstone, Elder Gabar of Moses, and claimed that Tahar, all right, Elder Tahar is sitting in Moses' seat, all right, which is a bunch of wickedness, man, all right, witchcraft and sorcery, man. We're commanded to prophesy against the wicked shepherds of Israel, all right, thus saith the Lord, man. That's the example that the Lord left, man, all right. He was getting on these guys about those false doctrines they was pushing, man, causing Israel to go off, all right. So, like I said, this is Revelation 9:20, going into Revelation 13 and 16, when it talks about receiving a mark in your right hand. And this is what it's referring to. It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues yet repented not of their works of their hands. And you can't repent for receiving the mark of the beast, man. All right? Which the mark of the beast is dealing with money. We did various videos, all right? Precept upon precept, root words, all right? Sticking to the scriptures, not using the so-called white man articles, all right? Not drinking the cup of devils, adding to the Lord's word, perverting the Lord's word with Esau madness. All right. So it says, yet repented not of the works of their hands, and this is what is referring to in the book of Revelation 13:16, when it says, receive a mark in your right hand. It's referring to the works of your hands. All right. Let's look up this word works. In which the works is your business, your employment, all right, that which anyone is occupied. And the majority of Israel, even the guys amongst the circumcision, is occupied, man. They use this word, the Lord's word, as a business, all right, as an employment, all right, for carnal money, man, meaning the mark of the beast, man, all right. Buying and selling in the Lord's temple, that which ones undertake to do, is enterprise, is undertaking. And it says right here, any product, whatever, anything accomplished by hand. All right? Art, industry, or mind, an act, deed, anything done, the idea of working. All right? Let's see. All right. It says the act, deed, labor, your work. Now it says, let's look up hands. It says, applied to the power symbolically, his might, activity, power. Symbolic, man. Okay, it's not referring to your literal hand. Okay, it's not referring to a microchip being inserted under your flesh, man. The scriptures doesn't say that, man. All right, that's adding to the scriptures, and I don't know what these guys don't understand about adding to the scriptures. All right, we're not here to debate anything outside of the scriptures, man. All right. So it says, let's see here, Strong's. It says your power, man. All right. Your power. That's your hand, not your literal hand. Okay. So that's what it's referring to, man. So it says, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver. And when you look up the word mark, one of the definitions used is idolatrous image, man. Which it is, man. You have pyramids and all kind of wicked symbols and satanic symbolic symbols on a dollar bill, man. All right, which is imprinted. All right, which is the stamp of the mark. I mean, it's the stamp of the beast, man, which is their mark. All right. So it says, worship devils and idols of gold and silver, which is money, man. All right. And brass and stone and wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. All right. So when it refers to the works of your hands, that's what it's referring to, man. It's not referring to a RFID microchip being inserted under your flesh. There's no precepts to back that up. All right. And that's why the elder at Great Millstone, Elder Gabar, went to the Ool and said that it resembles the same instrument that you see used to implant the RFID microchip, which you might see on YouTube or whatever. All right, but that's a private interpretation, man. All right, the Chirex is what's used to engrave the mark, the stamp, the impression. All right, on the that's what's used to make the mark, man. All right. The image, all right, referred to in Matthew chapter 22, all right, in that picture, all right, that image, and that name, that superscription, okay. So it says, let's see here. That's not it. Okay, right here it says, because this is 2 Kings 22:17, because they have forsaken me and have burnt incense unto other gods, meaning sacrifice unto other gods, which the majority of Israel do. All right, to receive that mark, man. All right, that they might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands. All right, the works of their hands. Let's look up this word hands again. And as you can see, hand of man, strength, power, not your literal hand. All right, not your literal hand. It says indicating power, means direction. Let's see here. Order, ordinance. Your work, man. All right, and that's what it's referring to, man, when it says in your hand. All right, not referring to under your flesh. All right, a microchip being inserted in your flesh, man. All right, we gave you the biblical meaning of mark. We gave you the biblical meaning of Chirex. All right, we showed you the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. All right, and like I said, we even got these guys. This guy I'm not admitting that John the revelator was referring to cash, man, to money. All right, was referring to money, but due to Aaron Russo saying that the Rothschilds plans to implant people, they use that as a precept to prove, to say that it's referring to the microchip. All right, and the propaganda that the so-called white man used in his news about cashless societies and how cash is being done away with. As we told these guys many a times, no matter if you have a debit card with a chip in it or a microchip inserted under your flesh in your right hand, you still, if it's not money backing it, you're not going to be able to buy and sell. All right, it's worthless without money. All right, it's worthless. Your debit card is worthless without money. Okay, when you go, you swipe your card, whether it got the chip or not. All right, you swipe your card, it's moving your money from your account to the account of the person or business that you're doing business with. All right, it's still dealing with money. It's just a vehicle to move actual money. All right, that doesn't mean that money is going to be done away with. Cash is done away with. All right. So if you have a microchip, or RFID microchip, and you're able to move your money from your account to the account of the person or business that you're doing business with, you're still moving money. All right. So we got that. Let's get another precept. I want to go into this hour of temptation. All right, which is another private interpretation that Elder Gabar and Elder Tahar, those elders at Great Millstone, use to say that the hour of temptation that's spoke of in Revelation chapter 3, verse 10 is referring to when you're forced to receive that mark of the beast, all right, or caused or deceived into receiving the mark of the beast. I don't want to bear false witness against him, all right. When you're caused or deceived into receiving the mark of the beast is the hour of temptation. But I'm going to show you that that's a private interpretation also. So this is Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Going back to John 4:23. Salakia, John 14:23. When Yahweh Shah said, if you love me, keep my words. All right? That's the house of Israel. That's those who's walking according to the rule. That's those who the Lord will pardon. All right? Those who are seeking the truth. All right? So it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right? He will keep the elect from selling out, from being deceived into receiving that mark of the beast. Remember, all right, the Lord promised us our daily bread, all right, raiment, all right, food, shelter, all right, and with that be content. But these guys amongst the circumcision are not content, man. All right, they trying to profit off the Lord's word, and I'm referring to all these alphabet camps. All right, anybody selling shirts, all right, anybody that's charging people to come to the Passover, anybody that's claiming that it's mandatory to pay tithes, all right, all these wicked shepherds, all right, that in the book of Ezekiel, we're commanded to prophesy against these wicked shepherds, man. All right. So it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. All right. Remember, he calls it all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond. All right. To try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. Dealing with this mark of the beast, this money, man. All right. And everybody outside the elect will be deceived into receiving this mark, man. All right. Like I say, we got this guy not admitting that the mark of the beast that's referred to in the book of Revelation is printed money. All right, but due to what you see in the news and the propaganda, all right, the deception of the Edomites, showing you this RFID microchip, saying that cash is going to be done away with, and all, Esau, the cup of devils, man. All right, basically, okay, Esau article, because none of these guys can prove that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip with scriptures. All right, they all use the Edomite articles. All right, they all drink from the cup of those devils. All right, so dealing with the hour of the temptation, like I said, the private interpretation is that it's referring to when you're being deceived into receiving that mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. But this is 1 Timothy 6 and 9. 1 Timothy 6 and 9, and it reads, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation." That's the hour of temptation, man. All right? Not referring to RFID microchip. Judas Iscariot, all right, he fell into temptation, man. All right? He was deceived into receiving the mark of the beast, man. All right? So it says, and snares and into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Because what Judas did to the Lord was a foolish and hurtful lust, man. All right? Whatever his reasons was, it was a foolish and hurtful lust, which drowned men in destruction and perdition. And we know in the book of John, Judas is referred to as the son of perdition. Okay? So it reads, verse 10, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." All right? That's the root of all evil, man. All right? That's what drown men in destruction and perdition. This money, man. Not a mark of the beast, man. Okay? So it says, "Which while some covet after," which these guys amongst the circumcision, is nothing new under the sun, just like the wicked Pharisees during the time of the Lord. All right? They couldn't acknowledge this truth. All right? Couldn't publish this truth because they was afraid of losing their place amongst the Romans. Meaning with that mark, man, they was afraid of losing money, man. All right? They erred from the faith. And that's how these guys erred from the faith, man. All right? Through buying and selling, making the Lord's house a house of merchandise. All right? Adding to the Lord's word. All right? Perverting the Lord's word with the so-called white man articles. All manner of wickedness, man. It says, "and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Okay? And basically, that's the point, man. I hope you brothers was edified. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.